The name of this movie is Joyride, which starts with showing the main character, Lewis. He was talking on phone to his childhood friend, whom he likes. Lewis is going to his home through the plane to spend the holidays. His friend says that I want you to pick me on the way, and we go together. But this could not have happened, because Lewis was going by plane, but he did not want to miss such a good opportunity. He agrees immediately, although he does not have a car, but he had made a plan what to do. The next morning, he buys an old car, then he happily set out on his journey. On the way, he gets down at a gas station, calls his mom and tells her that, I am not coming by plane, but by car. But instead of being surprised, his mom says that your brother, who was jailed, has been released today. It is the duty of being a brother. You pick him up from there. Now he was not happy about this, but still he leaves for the police station. Now he got down on the side of the main road, from which he gets fined, because once he was driving at speed, and on top of that the car's light was also broken. Anyway, he reaches the police station and meets his brother. Both were very happy to see each other, because they were meeting after 5 years. When his brother finds out that Lewis is going to his friend's house, he also talks about going with him, which Lewis does not like. He was thinking that all my plans have failed. I and my friends will not be able to spend time together. Moreover, his brother also tells him and makes him angry that your friend has only kept you in the option she said once and you are going to meet her like crazy. This time Lewis got angry. He drives the car fast. He comes to the side and stops, and he was telling his brother that, don't say anything like this from now on. Lewis's brother comes to one place and puts a radio in the car, which was such a radio through which all the car, bus, truck drivers can talk to each other. Now, to find out the situation of the road, Lewis's brother was using this radio to enjoy, so he was having a good time, because all the passengers around were talking to each other through all the codes that were special names. His brother also takes the name of his own and Lewis's name. When they talked to a truck driver, whose code was Rusty Nail, he told them that rain is often liked by people because it keeps everyone inside the house. And according to me, it is going to rain tonight. Now listening to his strange words, Lewis's brother gets a useless idea, about which he also tells Lewis that you do this, become a girl and talk to him, make him crazy. Now Lewis did not like this idea, so he refuses. And on the insistence of his brother, he keeps talking to Rusty Nail by making the voice of the girl. He also got lost in her words as a girl and befriended her, but in the meantime, their contact breaks, due to which Lewis's brother got very angry because he wanted to enjoy this joke for a while, and then tells him that he is a boy whom you are talking to as a girl. Anyway, to spend the night, they stayed in a hotel. When Lewis's brother goes inside, he sees that a rich man was talking to the hotel worker in anger. Lewis's brother tries to make him understand, but on the contrary, he scolds him and goes away. There was a commotion on the radio, after which Rusty Nail spoke there, because he was calling the girl with whom he befriended. Seeing this, Lewis was very surprised, because it was clear that he was looking for the girl and was after them for a long time. But here again, Lewis's brother gets an idea in his mind. Through Lewis, he tells Rusty that, I am staying here in a hotel, you also come. But yes, coming to room number 17 at midnight with a bottle of liquor. That rich man stayed in room number 17, so his plan was that it would be fun if he came. Both were resting in the room, when at exactly 12 o'clock, a truck came outside the hotel and stopped, which was his. That is, Rusty really came. Lewis's brother also sees this, and he is very happy to see his plan succeed, because that room was the one next to it. They both start listening carefully, where the rich man was scolding Rusty, and the next moment the voice of strangling began to come. They become nervous. Lewis calls the foreign counter and tells that there is something wrong in room number 17. Hearing this, the worker first calls room number 17 and then calls them and tells that everything is fine there. Hearing this, both the brothers were very shocked, and just like that, they sleep in a state of trouble, during which the bus truck had also left from there. The next morning, she comes to inquire from them. They were talking about a rich man who met on the road in a very bad condition. Hearing this, both are shocked, because they felt that the rich and tall man must have harmed Rusty. The common truck driver also came in our talks. Surprised by seeing him, the police take them to show the condition of the rich man. Indeed, his condition was very bad because his lower jaw was removed. Only the teeth were visible. For now, he was in a coma. Their joke proved to be so dangerous that they had no idea. That's why Lewis tells everything to the police. Hearing this, they get very angry, saying that we have a lot of cases before solving them. Trouble. We can't even catch that truck driver because no one knows anything about him. They don't even know, so the police leave them. Here, Lewis realized his mistake, but his brother did not at all, and they set out on their journey again. On the way, as soon as Lewis checks the radio, he was very stunned to hear that Rusty is still looking for the girl, which means that their joke has now become their bad dream, which was not ending. To solve this problem, his brother was still changing the topics. That forget her, she doesn't like you. But Lewis suddenly tells the truth that we were just kidding. There is no girl. The reason why Rusty got angry. He asks to apologize, but his brother did not apologize and made the matter worse by cursing him and saying bad things. He kept saying that at that time, Rusty just said one line and stopped him, that you should get your car's light fixed. Hearing this, both their hearts stopped because they understood that Rusty is following us and has been following us for a long time. In fear, they start driving fast, but their fate, the petrol was also running out. Now Lewis's brother was also very scared because the car will not reach the gas station, but still after using the mind, he turns the car at the end of that road, by which the truck went ahead, that such a big truck cannot turn fast. Both of them were happy because they immediately found the gas station. By asking his brother to fill petrol, Lewis goes inside to call the police officer so that he can tell about all the situation. And during this time, a snow truck also came and stopped here, from which a dangerous-looking man came out who was holding a bat in his hand. As soon as he goes inside, Lewis's brother tells him by sign because they suspected that this is Rusty. That's why Lewis, without talking to the officer, just gives the bill and comes out, and both of them get out of here quickly by sitting in the car. Because of the hurry, they were about to collide with the truck coming in front, that they had a narrow escape. They were afraid that the man was behind, so moving forward, they come to such a place where the road is over. That man comes to them because he had actually come to return their card, which Lewis had forgotten inside the store. And as far as that bat was concerned, it was a tool to check the truck. After giving the card, the man who goes from there, they feel relaxed. But the next moment there was a commotion. As soon as he turns around, his bad dream was there. That is, Rusty, who hits his truck in that snow truck. As the truck was tearing, it was moving towards them. They start running by sitting in the car quickly. He also runs after them like crazy. He could smash them, but they again turn the car and befool him. But this time the car comes to a place in front of a tree and gets stuck. These people try a lot to get out of there, but could not get out, and that's when their death. Rusty also came with the truck, which was crushing their car slowly. He destroyed the car and put them to the verge of death. Before that, Lewis's brother picks up the radio and apologizes to him. Now being normal, Rusty asks the reason for doing this, on which his brother replied that it was a joke. We just did it to have fun and nothing else. Rusty says that I am also just kidding. Anyway, after saying so much, he quietly turns back and leaves from here, with which they took a breath of relief. The next morning, they fix the car and leave to go to Lewis's friend's house. Lewis's brother throws the radio out of the car because according to him, it was the root of all this mess. Now these people reach Lewis's friend, whose name is Venna. Surprisingly, after seeing her, both brothers feel happy she had come, so Venna's friend leaves from here. She also left on her journey. On the way, Venna thanks Lewis. Both started talking to each other that Lewis's brother interrupts them. These people then go to a bar, where some boys started misbehaving with Venna. As soon as Lewis came here, it was about to spoil that his brother comes and takes Venna with him, leaving her in her room. He was looking at Venna in a strange way. She was also getting very confused about these two brothers. Who should I make a relationship with? Because it seems that both of them like me. Anyway, then Lewis comes here, so his brother has to go. Both brothers came to their room. As soon as Lewis sleeps, his brother comes to Venna's room again with a bottle of alcohol, and both of them start drinking alcohol together. Lewis was sleeping there, so someone's phone starts ringing. As soon as he picks up the phone, his sleep is gone because Rusty was there. who was saying that, "You were saying that we have no girl, then what is your brother doing with the girl in the other room?" Which meant that he was still following them, and now he was convinced that the girl I was talking to is real, because he thought Venna was a girl. As soon as he heard this, he quickly went to Venna's room to alert them. Seeing both of them together, he also had a lot of questions in his mind, but for now it was not the time. He quickly puts them in the car and leaves from here. These people move forward. They get a message from Rusty on the board, in which he was saying to open the dicky and check. They open the dicky in fear, but there they get the radio which Louis's brother had thrown away, which meant that for so long they were only thinking themselves safe. But in reality they were not, because every moment he is behind them, who now wants these people to talk to him through the radio. So now these people listen to him and fix the radio, and tell the whole thing to Venna too. After hearing this, she gets very scared. As soon as the radio was set, Rusty started talking to them, behind which a girl's crying voice came, the voice that Venna recognizes, and she got worried, because she was her friend. That means Rusty had kidnapped her friend, and now to save her, they have to listen to everything Rusty said. They could not even tell the police, so at Rusty's behest, both the brothers take off their shirts and go to a hotel. These were 2 people, but they ordered 12 burgers, by which the manager got angry at them, and seeing their insult, all the customers start laughing. This was to teach them a lesson. How does it feel when your own joke is made? Anyway, Venna apologizes to Rusty. On this, he says that sorry, it's been a long time. I am now taking revenge for the joke that was done to me, and he tells them the next plan, according to which, in the evening they reach a field. Rusty tells them to stop the car at one place and walk 100 steps forward. These people do the same, and then Rusty also comes with a truck from the front, which was constantly moving toward them. That wasn't even stopping. That's why these people also have to get stuck on the side and have to run in the fields. That madman still did not stop. He takes the truck and goes into the fields. He starts driving the truck there, turning on the big light. He was very close to them. He just tickled them, but fortunately there was a canal there, in which they lay down and save their lives, and the truck goes ahead, without wasting the time. They start running again, but this time it was different. That's why Rusty also gets off from the truck, and here we can see his face for the first time, along with the actions. He was also looking dangerous. All 3 were looking for each other. That's when Rusty catches Venna. He puts her in the truck and takes her with him, because of which both the brothers start fighting. And that's when there is a fire in their car. Through the radio, Rusty was talking to him, who tells him to come to a hotel at midnight. But yes, in room number 17, with a bottle of liquor, which is lying in our car, I had seen. Now this was all the joke, which these brothers had also done with him. As soon as Louis sees the bottle of liquor, he picks it up immediately. As soon as they come a little far, the car is destroyed with a blast. And now they had to arrange for the car, because they have to reach there as soon as possible. They run and come to a place where all those cars were parked. They sat in a truck, but it was damaged. As soon as they fix it, they leave immediately. They also reached the town, but Rusty had not told the name of this hotel. That's why they were going to every hotel and checking room number 17. Over there, Rusty had also gone to his work. With the tape, he tied Venna's mouth and hands and made her sit on the chair. He pointed a gun in front of her, whose trigger was tied to the door with a rope, so that as soon as the door opens, Venna's head blows up from the trigger. As soon as it was 12, Rusty calls the police and tells about the dead bodies, which he was going to lay here for a while. In a while, they also come here. Hearing the voice, Venna's breath stopped. The door of room number 17 was open, so they come in immediately, but there was no one inside, because of which they got angry. Then Rusty calls here and makes a joke of them, which was a kind of trick by which Louis finds out that he is in the next room. He sends his wife to check and engages Rusty into his talk. When his brother was moving forward, by mistake he creates a small voice, which Rusty breaks the window and attacks him and brings him inside by catching him. Hearing the scream, Louis came in front of the door. He was about to open the door. At the right time, his brother got himself released. Immediately, Louis forbids him that stop. Don't open the door, which Louis also stops after hearing, and Venna becomes a little normal. She was trying to free herself from a nail, but she couldn't, because the nail fell down. Meanwhile, a long and rusted nail passes through Louis's brother's leg with great difficulty, and during the pain he was pulling it out, but Rusty puts his foot on his leg and pushes him inside, which increased his pain. While taking care, Louis reached his brother, but he was hanging on the fence of wood. While Rusty takes a truck and leaves from here, Louis was trying to get his brother out, but it was very difficult because he was hanged here with a big pipe. Meanwhile, the police also come here. They get the manager's dead body first. That's why they started checking every room. Hearing the sound, Venice started crying. Now, Louis freed his brother from the fence. Even the police had reached outside the room. Before that, the police opened the door at the right time. Louis comes there and puts Vena aside, with which the gun was shoot, but both of them survived. The police think Louis is a murderer and put a gun at him. While outside, his brother was still not safe because Rusty was taking the truck and was coming toward him. He screams, and hearing this, Louis comes out and the police come behind him. At their behest, the police start shooting at the truck. Meanwhile, Louis takes his brother and gets aside. Both of them survived because the truck destroyed the wooden fence. The truck tears the walls and comes inside the room and stops. When the police check, the driver died, but Vena's friend was alive and safe. After everything was over, they breathed a sigh of relief, but the police officer tells that the driver works in a snow company, so both of them started thinking. And then there was a movement on the radio. Rusty, who talks to them, actually, he was not dead but alive because he was not in the car. He was injured and made the man sit in the driver's seat, who worked in a snow company, which shows them that the danger is not yet over. The nightmare of death is not over yet. He will keep chasing them till he wants to. And with this, the film story ends here.